how you all doing? We know. Smack hands. It's been a while. We have been living life. It's been a lot.com, but we are here, back with a video. We owe you many videos, so we are using this time wisely to bang them out for you. So yeah, but we've thought we'll come together today and share our story from meeting to now, how it was then and how it's going now.
The ups, the downs, the lefts, the rights, the babies, the no bit. Yeah, long story.
Yeah. So all of that's good stuff, all of that bad stuff, it's all, a testimony. We just thought it would be a good idea to share our story, to encourage anybody. So, if you're going through anything that we discuss, you know that you're not alone. It's, and just talk about how we overcame certain things and how we, I can't even think of the word, what we did to...
How we strengthened helped each other.
Yeah.
Prayed about it, how we kind of just helped us, how we talked about it and went on our journey, so to put it. So, yeah. Yeah,
people often talk about in a marriage, you are a team, you come together, and literally our testimony so far today is always about our teamwork and how we've come together. And realistically, it's just not us as a team. God is the centre, and he's the captain, and we're the players. So yeah,
100%.
I will be looking at my phone, because we have a timeline that we want to be very specific about sharing. My glasses are on my head so that I can read. So yeah, we'll just get right into it.
All right, let's go back in time. All right.
So the year is 2012.
So 2012, what's happening in 2012? So this is the year where me and Renee officially meet. So we have mutual friends, and my good friend asked me to be one of the groomsmen.
And my bestie, my home girl, my ride or fly, she asked me to be a bridesmaid.
So I saw Renee in the distance. First time I met her, I thought, okay, she looks nice, like pleasing to the eyes, so to put it. Like she's really very attractive, and I remember saying to myself, okay, I need to get an opportunity to speak to you. But there was a lot of people around us because there was quite a big bridal party, to be fair. There was about 20 of us, I think.
Yeah, in total, I think, it was about 20.
So I needed to obviously make sure that any of the other groomsmen, they had the eye on Renee. I had to kind of push them to the side and, just make sure that I wasn't in any direct competition. And I guess we officially met on one of the sessions.
Yeah, so there was like meetings that we had. The bride and groom were very organised, and they had these meetings so that we would come together as a bridal party and know what our roles and responsibilities were on the day. Obviously getting to know each other, because we're going to be walking down the aisle with these people. So that was the first time we officially met as in to speak.
Yeah, now I'm sure guys can testify that when you see an attractive lady, you want to give a good impression, you want her to notice you, and you want it to kind of start off with on a positive, so laughter and all of that. But when we first met, I don't think there was any of that. It was very we were in the car, actually, officially. We were in the car, we were getting driven. It was very much a hi and a bye. And we went to the house, we obviously talked about the wedding and how it was supposed to be prepared. And I don't think there was any interaction between me and Renee at all, to be honest. It was very much in my head. I thought I need an opportunity, but there was none. So let's fast forward a little bit.
No, but before, let's just, because that makes me sound like I'm like, The reason why there wasn't any opportunity is at the time, I was just not interested in getting to know any gentlemen. So I think I remember having a bit of a stance of being quite a bit reserved. I am by nature anyway a person that if I'm in a new setting, I have to observe before I really warm myself up, because my personality by nature is outgoing when I'm around people that know me well, or if I need to be in a situation where I need to be confident. But I feel like I probably had a part to play in not presenting the right opportunity for you to have it. Because I think I was quite quiet. I sat in the corner. I wasn't with the girls. I was sat in the corner with the middle of you lot.
Yeah, you were, and I think from a male perspective, I just saw it as she's not interested. It's not going to be an opportunity for me and her to speak. But fast forward now, play. So fast forward, and we're now officially on the wedding day. We're all having a good time, and we get to the close of the wedding, and Renee starts helping out with, as we all start doing, we all start helping tidy up everything as you would as part of the bridal party. So I see finally an opportunity. Now, this is a key statement, a key opportunity. And she's by herself because there's always noise. And I'm very much an introvert. So naturally, when it comes naturally to meeting people, meeting women, or just meeting people naturally, I work better on a one-on-one scale as opposed to big groups. So I see Renee. She's doing tidying one of the tables. And I approach her and I say, with my chest out, I say, how are you getting back home? And she says, I don't know, probably a cab. I said, nope, I'm driving you home. And then I walk off. At which point...
I'd actually already booked the cab.
Oh, I didn't know that, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
No, I said to you cab because I'd already booked it.
Okay.
Because where I used to live, I was very familiar with the cab service. So I had already booked the cab.
Mm-hmm.
So the same cab that dropped me off in the morning.
Ah, okay.
He knew that he was going to come back later on when I gave him a call or a text to come and get me, because it's the same cabbie I'd used. It's from a cab firm that I'd used from childhood with my mum and stuff. So, yeah.
Yes. So I basically offered to take her home. Now, I had a good friend of me. Now, in my car, that is. So I had a situation where I've got this lovely lady and I've got a good friend of mine, dropping them both home. And I guess what I could have done is drop the young lady home and then drop my friend home. But that didn't make sense because I wanted to get to know her. So we get in the car. I do 100 miles per hour to drop my friend home.
Drive safely, people.
And then I use the opportunity to drive back to Renee's to get to know her. So we're not doing the speed limit. We're probably doing less than the speed limit, just so we can get to talking and get to know each other much better. And we had a fantastic conversation. We really got to know each other. And we just hit it off. I got her number and I said, let's and we both love films, actually. One of the things we had as a commonality.
No, I don't think that's a word, you know.
What
we had in common.
What we had in common was films. We both love Marvel. We both enjoy films. And so I wanted to organise our first date. So I said, let's catch a movie and let's take it from there. Now...
No, you said, I will call you sometime because his other friend, wedding was coming up. So the next day...
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He had wedding rehearsal. So he said, I'll give you a call sometime to arrange the date.
Yes, very true. And what then happened was I organised... I phoned her. Did I phone you or message you?
I messaged
to see when it was good time for us to go. I didn't say where we were going. I just said date night, this date, and bring your dancing shoes. I think I said.
Yeah.
And then kept it nice and soft. Just not to give too much information. Just kind of we're gonna have fun basically.
Now, girls, when a man tells you dancing shoes, tell me you ain't gonna go and pick out your hot girl shoes. That one with the big heels, maybe a little platform, like a peep toe. Yeah. So just remember that. He said dancing shoes.
Now, the point I must also stress in that is one thing that's important is when you're about to go on a date, it's not necessarily for guys anyway, it's not where you're actually going. It's the excitement and the build up to the actual date night itself. So I said, don't worry about where we're going. Just make sure you look absolutely amazing, which I know you will. Get your dancing shoes on and hey presto, that's it. So in other words, from a male perspective and from a exciting perspective, I wanted to keep it fun, light, and I don't know if it's going anywhere. I'm hoping it's going somewhere in terms of relationship, long-term, blah, 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 blah. But I don't know that at this point. And in first dates, You got to take it quite safe. You don't want to do 5-star restaurant and then it's £500 bill and then 2 you just go your separate ways. That big investment for nothing kind of thing. So you keep it on you take step by step, and as you start gradually stepping up, you start paying a bit more. That's what I learned over time. So, where's the big date night? So we go bowling, keep it fun. We keep it fun.
Remember the dancing shoes, ladies? I don't know who can bowl in dancing shoes, but I cannot.
So we go bowling. We don't go cinema. We go bowling. We have a nice meal at Nando's, and we go to a bar and have a few drinks, and we just keep chatting basically.
Yeah.
And it was a good first date, to be honest. It led to the second date, and then the third date, then the fourth date. So the point I'm making is it was a good first date.
Consistency is key. So ladies, if he really is interested, he will make the time.
Yeah, I agree with that, yeah.
To spend time. Yeah? We're not saying that they gotta be, baller, shot caller. Yeah, no. Like, literally, if he wants to spend time with you, he will find the time. And that is one thing that John set the bar at, which was he made time. I knew he was a busy guy. I knew he worked up London, things like that. But he wanted to spend the time, so he made the time. So anybody that's in the dating zone at the moment, like, make that an essential for you. That it's somebody who's willing to make time. You're not asking them. I mean, you might be asking them to, take you to Hakkasan or something like that. But just as long as he's, on making that time for you, you're on a good start. So.
But at the same time, guys, don't be too available. There is also an element of...
Okay, so that's
you've got to be... If you're too available, she sees that you're always available for her at a beacon call. It also presents that you're not busy, or you're putting too much attention and all your eggs into this one basket. And in the early stages, you just don't know where it's going to go. So to preserve...
She might be a good egg to put in the basket.
She probably is, but you don't know at the early stages. So to preserve your heart and your feelings, you what's the word?
Set healthy boundaries.
Perfectly said. You set healthy boundaries in the initial stages, which guard your heart and your feelings, so that you're not too heavily invested. But as time goes on, as you build a stronger bond, you can start letting those guards down more and more and start investing more. So for me, and I think from probably a lot of males, money and time are two of the biggest caveats to show where our interest is. So with Renee, for instance, when I saw that first date, we didn't do like a 5-star restaurant because that's a lot of investment. So naturally, preserving my heart is taking a bit of a sidestep, which is I'm willing to invest, but I just want to get to know you first. So let's go for a meal. Let's keep it fun. Let's keep it light. And then stage 2, this is not calculated, but it's you learn as time goes on through experiences and through your friends' experiences. And stage 2 or relationship or date night 2, you do something again. You're put in different settings again. So I think for our second date, we went to Top Golf, in Chigwell, I think it was. Amazing night, amazing day. To be fair, we went.
I beat him.
For the camera. Yep. What you got to say about that?
Yeah, that's what I've got to say.
That's true. She beat me. But it wasn't even about the competition. Even though I'm very competitive,
it was just
about the banter and just having a good time. Yeah. And we certainly did have that.
That starts a good tone. Anytime I speak to anybody about relationships or anything, and I'm not no relationship guru or anything like that, but they asked me about my relationship with John. Friendship is key, and I think because of our dates were very friends kind of dates, it wasn't too heavy on the showy. It was more about getting to know each other and building a bond, which I think a lot of the good relationships are built on a friendship bond. I mean, I'm not saying friend zone the person, but today you've got to be friends with the person because you've got to like them.
just be careful, guys, not to be friend zoned.
Yeah, which that's what I'm saying. Like,
Once
you
you're in,
know,
don't get out.
don't get yourself friends. So don't be putting yourself fully out there, and you realise that actually he or she has just boxed you into the friend zone. Because as far as I'm aware, once you're in that zone, boy,
It's hard to get out. So I made I made a statement, or I made my intentions known quite early on that I wasn't looking for friendship. I was attracted to her and I wanted to get to know her. It was no fear, no playing around. It was very much, this is who I am. This is what you're getting, and this is what I'm about. Let's go from there. So there was no games. No one's got time for games, to be fair.
No.
I was very direct, and I think because we both were on the same page in that regards, it worked well from that perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I came from a stance that I already had my daughter, or our daughter. So I knew...
That is from a past relationship.
Yeah, so it was kind of like, I don't really want anybody that's not in it for the long haul to, you know, let's not get into it if you're not going to get into it, if you get what I mean. And that was from my experience. I learned that. I mean, I'm not going to delve deep into the details, but I'd already been into previous relationship, which didn't flourish, obviously, because I'm here now with John. But I think for me, going into it was, like John said, like, it was no messing about. Your kind of intentions were made clear, because obviously I had a lot to lose if it didn't go right. It's not just me; it would be Zarina involved. So, yeah, he made our intentions clear. But I'm not saying, or I don't know, we're not saying you have to go in heavy and be on the first date. This is what I'm looking for. I mean, a lot of praying when it was involved on both sides when it came to courtship anyway. So whatever God puts in your heart, you follow that.
Just to add from a male perspective, when I say my intentions were made known quite early on, my intentions were, it wasn't going to be a one night stand. Don't do that anyway. But it wasn't going to be a one night stand. It wasn't going to be a physical thing. Don't do that either. So to make my intentions known, it's going to be a relationship. But let's just see how we get along on the friendship basis first, and then take it from there.
Yeah.
And then, our friendship kind of built, and the rest is history.
Yeah. So let me go in the next timeline so we don't miss off any.
So